going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by as ever. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? It was 48 hours is a very, very long time in football. I will say that. I didn't quite expect us to do what we did. I thought we'd win. I didn't think that we would be that clinical in front of goal. Just what a first half performance that was. I mean, what can you say? Just what can you... Brilliant. And I know a lot of people are kind of miffed with regards to the second half and the fact that we didn't sort of score any more goals in the second half and that we didn't, in inverted commas, close it out. I mean, we're 4-0 up and they scored like a consolation goal and everything. But by that point, what else was there to do but manage the game, realistically speaking? There was nothing else really that we needed to do, like I said, other than just manage the game and manage it well, which, apart from the one slip-up, we did. Yeah, I'm just thinking back in my head, just what a fantastic performance that was and how well, in terms of a level of response, that's exactly what you want to see when it comes to a disappointing result like Wednesday's game. The only downside is that Leicester and Ipswich still won, so yeah, whatever. We can't really focus on them too much. We've just got to keep focusing on ourselves and just be impressed with games that we play, how we play them, and how the games end up going. And overall, I'm immensely happy with that match, immensely happy with the team selection. Overall, a fantastic performance. So, just to go through the players, what my ratings would be. So start with Meslier, give him a 6. Should have held on to that ball for their goal. Nothing else to say about that. Should have held on to their ball for that goal. Left back, we had Byro, solid. Absolutely solid. No complaints. I wasn't surprised he was brought off. Up until that point, it had been quite a long... You know, he's had a long week and he can't really do 3 full games at this moment in time. We then had middle Rodon, played fine up until the injury, not a problem at all. He was replaced by Cooper, who was okay. I thought you could tell the difference once Rodon wasn't on anymore, and Struijk had to move himself a little bit in terms of his position. You could just, it wasn't as clearly Rodon and Struijk are our best central defensive partnership. You then had Shaks playing right back, who I thought was absolutely solid, and then again when he got moved to left back, again absolutely solid. I've got no issues with him at all. So Ayling came on for Byram as well, who was fine-ish. Let the guy get past him for their goal as well, I think, so not fantastically brilliant, but again, you know, the intensity had dropped by that point. So Meslier 6, I would give let me just see, Rodon solid 7, Struijk was a solid 7, Shaks solid 7, just in terms of having to play the 2 positions. And then in the midfield we had the return of Ampadu and Kamara, and I thought Ampadu and Kamara probably had their best game as our centre midfield partnership. So it was just brilliant, mopping up everything. Kamara was getting forward when he needed to, breaking up play well forward, and Ampadu was there breaking up the play at the back. So really well. I'd actually give the pair of those, I'd give Kamara a 7.5 and Ampadu an 8.5. Peru probably had his best game for a long time, was much more involved in this game, way more involved. I would give him a solid 7. I was unlucky with his goal being offside. Took it well, clinical enough. So, yeah, I'd give him a solid 7. You've then got Dan James and Somerville. Dan James is, for me, 8.5. Somerville is a 9.5 because of the 2 goals and the 2 assists as well. He was practically unplayable. Just a fantastic thing to watch. Rutter, I would also give a solid 8.5 out of 10 for that. I'd maybe even give him a 9, you know. He's just levels in the Championship. He's just absolute levels above everybody else. Brilliant performance. The ball that he played through for Somerville for the goal he just sees that pass straight onto Somerville's feet. Just brilliant. Overall, brilliant to watch. Players don't know what to do with him. It's that simple. When it looks like he's lost it, he still wins the ball. I can't just... Phenomenally good player for me. Bamford, when he came on, booed a little bit, but cheered as well. I'd give him a 6. It was hard in terms of being able to make an impact. Anthony came on as well, and I would give Anthony a 6 as well. Nonto, 6. Difficult for him to get involved. I think a lot of people are also reading a lot into him going down the tunnel at full time. I think they're worried about his attitude again. I still think he's being told to keep his head down low and get on with it. So I wouldn't read too much into that. The way he celebrated with Cree when Cree scored his goal. Yeah, I don't think there's any issues with that at all. I just think it's him just still keeping his head down and getting his just keeping his head down and playing his football. So yeah, overall I think we played very, very well. We gave their right back nightmares from the start, who was just complaining about everything. Byram and Somerville had him on toast within the first 20 minutes. It was quite funny. Dan James just is ridiculously quick, and Dan James, the numbers he's bringing back now and his level of consistency is really, really good. He's come back like a changed man from Fulham, so I can't you just can't complain. He can be frustrating, yeah, I get that, but he's scoring goals, so that's the main thing. Ampadu and Kamara are just Ampadu as a whole. Again, he's like another one that's kind of levels above. He always manages to get his foot in. And he's always seems to have that extra kind of like half a second to be able to do stuff. And just overall, I thought, we played very well. Kamara definitely had his best game for us, but by a huge stretch. Overall, the press I thought that we did was very, very good. We pressed in such a way that we didn't really expose ourselves. I was a bit worried, and I tweeted about it, about the pace of Huddersfield at the start, because there was a couple of times that they got in behind, and I did think to myself, they look quite quick actually. We need to be a little bit more wary of that. But then just the way we were doing our press, we didn't seem to sort of overexpose ourselves too much. And what I noticed happened more in this game was the overall switching of positions between Rutter and Peru was a lot more evident in today's game, and I do think that's what Farke has been asking them to do. So if Rutter comes deep, Peru then fills in at the number 9. If Rutter's up top, then Peru then drops back in at the 10. He floats. That's the best way of saying it. I'm not going to... Just in my head, was ready to call him a floater. But again, I think he played his best game for Leeds. Not best game, better game for Leeds than what he did on Wednesday night. I thought the goals were all fantastic. I think the keeper should have... When the Somerville scored his goal that like trickled past the keeper, he absolutely should have saved that. So I've got no idea how the thing with the goals was the counter attack and how fast we are on the counter attack. Just the quickness, the speed to get going. I mean, when you've got Somerville and you've got Dan James, it's just going to split people apart. For the Dan James goal, actually, that Somerville played in, Peru actually makes makes a really good run across the front of the defender to take the two defenders who were already worried across, to give Dan James the space for Somerville to put the ball into him and to score the goal. It was a lovely, lovely team goal. And just overall, I'm just, like I said, I'm just immensely pleased with the way that we're actually playing as a team. I think we're doing so well, given where we're at and how everything's sort of been going. So I'm happy with that. Overall, I'm happy with that. I'm just going to have a quick look. There was a stat that was put on, and I'm sorry, I'm always going to call it X, but there was a stat that was put on X. Let me just see. Where are we? Well, in fact, there's two things here. The first one is the match stats overall. So shots, we had 19, they had 5. On target, we had 5, they had 2. So we scored with 22 80% of our shots on target went in. Possession overall, we had 74% possession. They had 26. Passes, now this is the funny part. We had 811 passes. They had 293. Our pass accuracy was 92%. 92%. Theirs was 75. Fouls 7, fouls 11. No yellow cards for us, oddly enough, which is really, really good. Offsides, we caught offside 3. We had 4 corners, they had 2. So when you look at the terms of how to dominate a game, that's exactly how you dominate a game. And then there was the stats put through for Somerville's first half performance. So this is ridiculous. 93% pass accuracy, 51 minutes played. He had 32 touches, 13 of 14 successful passes, 4 of 4 accurate crosses, 3 chances created, 3 duels won, 3 shots on target, 2 of 3 successful take-ons, 2 goals and 2 assists. And this is from LUFC data. So statistically, one of the greatest first half performances ever seen by a Leeds United player. Somerville was directly involved in all 4 first half goals. Nuts. Just absolutely nuts. There's nothing else you can say about that, but just fantastic. And now the mood now needs to shift onto the next game, which is the game against Leicester, which is going to be the real acid test. What I'd like us to do is what we did at the start of this game, which is just fucking go at them. That's what I want us to do. I want us to, if we go at them and start quick, it puts us in a really, really good chance. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think about it. Happy boy here. Makes the rest of the weekend much more fun. If you've enjoyed it, click the like button. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Also, click the notification button to make sure that you're notified of any videos that come up in the future. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. And we will speak again soon, no doubt. Take care. Cheers.